Startup game has been activated. Okay, we're on.
Cookie, no, we didn't install a urinal in the studio, so we're going to send someone in to clean that up.
And not my problem. Intern, I need some help with my zipper.
The perfect cup of coffee. That's what we pour at High Horse Coffee House. But it's not for everyone. Frankly, your taste buds probably can't appreciate how complex and rich our coffee is. And you know what? It angers us to think of you drinking it. Okay, there it is. And hey, let's take it a step further. We despise you. Our coffee is f***ing amazing and complex, and it's like from another f***ing dimension, but it's wasted. It is wasted on you. I would rather pour our coffee on a pile of manure than let it touch your tongue. That's right. You rate lower than steaming manure piles, so stay away. You just stay away, or so help me, I won't be held responsible for my actions. So remember, that's High Horse Coffee House on Historic Mansion. No, you know what? F*** you.
Do you owe the IRS money and back taxes? $10,000, $20,000, $100,000? We can help. The law offices of Wilson, Hanson, Young & Associates can help you get out from under tax debt by faking your own death. It's true. For just a small fee, our lawyers will help you fake your death, easing your tax burden. Exploding motorcycle, alligator attack, saving the world from an asteroid. We promise your fake death will not only be convincing, it will be cool. No lame deaths guaranteed. As an added bonus, we also provide a DVD of your funeral. See who comes, see who cries, see who suspects. And if anyone suspects, we'll take care of them. Call the law offices of Wilson, Hanson, Young & Associates to help you fake your death. And remember, we don't get paid until people are fully convinced you're dead. We also specialize in DUIs and wrongful paternity suits.
Just a quick reminder to ask Cookie if he's lost any weight lately, even though he clearly hasn't.
So this telecommuting thing, I mean, are people getting sick of Andy being on the TV? Shouldn't he be here?
Well, I mean, that's why I'm hoping this telecommuting thing works, because then, you know, once they can figure out how to...
Push everybody in?
This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. Uh-oh, I'm outnumbered. Handle those screws carefully. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by
the San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. So let's get to it.
Get ready, time for question.
First on the docket, Bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%, 40%, 80%, or 100%? Player 3? Excuse me. Players 1 and 4? Check, please. Player 2? Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water.
No.
But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it's all.
not okay, John.
Why not try? His acting is all right. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? The McCona Dark Ages, the McCona Industrial Age, the McCona Middle Ages, or the McCona Enlightenment Age? Watch your clock. Player 1. This is gonna hurt. Player 3. The Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Coming up next, brought to you by the letter Unibrow.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. The Count, Bert, Ernie, or Ernie, the Count, Bert. Time's almost up. Player 1. The Count would be so disappointed. Player 3. Ernie has no eyebrows at all, Bert has one long single eyebrow, and the Count has two eyebrows! That earned you an extra grand. And yet, none of them have ever blinked. Here we have Duck, Duck, Swan. Say the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno, Von Rothbart, or Odette? Player 3. Players 1, 2, and 4. Odette is a princess who has been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead. Especially if they find out she once fooled around with a lady swan in college.
5 fingers.
Let's try the man in the backwards yellow hat, and it's a dis or dat. Player 1, you could use a lift. This one's got your name all over it. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber, or an antic by the classic children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the square button. If it's Curious George, press the circle button. Now, the rest of you need to hear this. Try to pick an answer before Player 1. If Player 1 gets it wrong, I'll split that cash among everyone else who got it right. Okay, we're off. Peed in a mop bucket. Broke his leg falling from a fire escape. Arrested for falsely reporting a fight. At the house. Got high on ether. Fed a bugle to an ostrich. Went to a Brazilian brothel. You were a couple of bananas short of a bunch.
Yeah, I'm out of debt.
I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported. And then it's your turn, Bieber. That brings a close to round 1. And it looks like Player 2 has the lead. Let's see if they stay there. Don't forget, all the questions in round 2 are worth double. And lest you forget, the wrong answer of the game is still there for the taking. Okay then, here we go. I introduce Dumber and Dumberer 2. So there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, oddest, or odderest. Player 1, who's gonna get it? Player 2, you've been screwed. You got 5 seconds. Oh, man, time's up. Player 1, your screw worked out. Let's see if you can make this really hurt. Players 1 and 3. Now that's just the dumberest answer I ever heard. Oh, honestly. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise. Player 4? No, but speaking of otter, get it? You just won! The greatest hits of the San Francisco Otter Choir. Hailed as one of the top 3 otter choirs in the world, the San Francisco Otter Choir will astound you with their covers of Little Red Corvette and The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Today's wrong answer of the game is worth a whopping $8,000. Enjoy.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
How about let it go, let it go, let it go? At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine? He's a snowman. Not much time left. Player 3? Could be worse, you know, in theory. Players 1 and 4? Nuh-uh. Oh, you're gonna kick yourself. 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah, 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 he can magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the sea.
Next up, Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
First spotted in 1879. Player 2, who's gonna get that screw? You yanked out your screw, you got us all excited, and then you just sat there. Lame. We'll try not to let that ruin the rest of the game.
Johnny's over here flipping out. I fucking clicked it. Obviously not foil.
Player 4? Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born. Probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Player 1. Player 3. That's just nuts. Open wide for wine or lose. If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings? Watch your time! Players 1 and 3. This isn't going to go with dinner at all. Player 4. Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. And now, I want to lick and roll all night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches deep, or about 30 inches deep? Player 2, watch the time. Player 3, I think at that point it would practically be coming out the other end. Players 1 and 4, an adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long. So that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore. Brace yourself for the attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press the X button. 2,000 if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. And of course, remember the clue. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck.
Oh, was it? Takes it! Player 1, that was a sweet little win. I know because I licked it. That's right, you heard me, I licked it. And then right in its ear I whispered, "You don't know Jack!" That was fun. Even though people's games were frickin' acting up. Bull fucking shit, says Kaya.
Lie Swatter.
Greetings, and welcome to Lie Swatter, the massive true or false trivia game. We can accommodate a huge number of players in a game. The number logo only goes to 99, but if you can somehow get more than that, it'll still work.
We got 3. We need one more. I don't know if it's Johnny, if it's Kaya, if it's... Everybody's in.
All right then, before we get started, don't forget, new players can go to this website and enter this room code to join the game at any time. Let's begin. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from these fact categories.
Tomatoes.
The tomato is technically a nut. Use your device to pick whether you think the fact is true or a lie. Bears run faster than horses. Duke Ellington's false teeth are on display at a rock and roll McDonald's in New Jersey.
Yeah, but it's wrong. And my life.
The borders of Luxembourg are marked with cow skulls.
I want this one to be wrong. So much. Okay.
Mr. Rogers' stolen car was returned with an apology note from the thief. NASA doesn't actually stand for anything.
I'm probably wrong, but like...
Michael Jackson was an honorary NASA intern. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round 1.
Johnny.
Here are your new fact categories.
Football, whiskey, and bowling. I know a lot about whiskey.
Bowling balls were originally made out of wood.
The one I don't know
The Earth's official birthday is July 17th. There is a type of bird called a Kentucky whiskey dick.
What? Who's bullshit?
Walmart owns the largest private collection of dinosaur fossils in the world.
Ashton, shut up. You don't know that.
Bigfoot was on Nixon's enemies list. commuter trains in China can break the sound barrier. Eli Manning's real first name is Alicia.
Oh.
Here are your scores.
Wow, I'm losing.
For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is your body. Do you know what's true about your body and what's a lie? Your liver shrinks when you are frightened.
Come on, people, time limit. Tick tock, tick tock.
You are dead.
Come on, people aren't that stupid.
Connected end to end, your blood vessels would be longer than the distance to the moon. Your tongue print, like a fingerprint, is unique to you.
Oh, I probably hit the wrong one. Kaya, how do you know these things?
Your ears can detect smells, but only a tiny fraction as effectively as her nose. You have fewer bones than you did as a baby.
This one is definitely true, though. The bones more together.
Your left lung is smaller than your right lung. Let's see the final scores.
God damn it, kill me. What the hell is JTT? Yes. Let people put what they want to put. Yeah, screw off, Kaya. Yeah. last one. Hey guys, out of the negatives. He's just salty. Sugar. Somebody put, you'll never know the answer, please. Yeah. Damn it, Johnny. Next round. Trash. Come on, Johnny. Who the hell is Joe? Bye. That just makes no sense. I hate Walmart. It's such a shit place. There's the other one who gives it a thumbs up. Faced. Sanic. Grilling with the boys. I could always go for a steak. Balsamic dressing goes on salads. Kaya. Tied up. What do you mean? No, I don't. How? Come on, Johnny. I was about to say Kara. Yes, I am. Rays are harmful. Let's kill the sun. Shut up, Ash. Yeah. Just take a piece, Ashton. Just take a piece. I was talking about you, Alex. Hammer time. Screw off tire. Yes. Evil witches are bitches. No one likes them. Take the last piece. Says. The baby. Oh, come on. Get stitches. Oh, is that what that smell on Brooklyn is? She's a bitch. Fuck you, Johnny. You definitely had the opportunity to put triangles the shape of Bill Cipher. great. States sucks. Whose that is, but okay. This spot always better. I meant to say not always better, but you can fuck yourself. Alright guys, I'm shutting this off and going to bed. It was fun streaming with you while it lasted. Tomorrow after I get out of work, definitely do it again if you guys are down.